Well, good morning from Cordoba, central Spain. It's about 14-15 degrees centigrade at the moment, but I imagine it's going to get hotter during the day. Got a 4 or 5 hour ride to do, and we're heading for the wee town of Cuenca, which is another World Heritage Site. I'm doing a world tour of World Heritage Sites, it seems. And I've got a nice hotel organised there. I can check myself in when I arrive, so it doesn't really matter what time I get there. It's a nice bit of Spanish countryside to explore, so let's go. As usual, Garmin doesn't quite know where I am at the very beginning of the journey, but it'll get the hang of it. A few clouds in the sky. Don't mind if it gets a bit cooler today than it has been the last couple of days. I think over the next few days I'm going to be coming to typical weather for Northern Europe. Going to be a bit cooler, going to be a bit wetter. At the moment I haven't seen rain for a month, which for someone from Scotland is kind of unheard of. I can see this road going arrow straight all the way to the horizon. Oh, Belmont. Interesting little town. There's a couple of windmills up on the hill. There's a church. And just behind that shed there's a castle. Let's do a detour and take a look. Okay, I saw a sign to Castillo. So it'd be kind of helpful to see another one. Oh, I see some brown signs ahead. These little Spanish towns, they have a lot of no entry signs and one-way streets. So it can be quite confusing. Town gate, Castillo this way. Look at this thing. Now here's the advantage of travelling this way by motorbike through the countryside. You come across things like this that you didn't know were here. What an amazing thing.
Hasta la piedra caliza siglo XV, a partir del ladrillo sería siglo
Clearly a medieval castle up here on the hill, but a 15th century
palace grafted onto it in the courtyard. Phenomenal thing.
Well, that was a nice, unexpected little detour. Good place to stop for lunch. They've got a little cafe in the courtyard there. Very nice too. Now a bit of castle history. Of course, the fact that this is a nice big tall medieval castle designed for resisting bows and arrows tells us that this part of Spain was relatively peaceful in the 16th century. They didn't feel a need for building gun installations and star-shaped walls. What they built in there instead was palace bedrooms and dining rooms and ballrooms with incredible ceilings. I had a laugh while I was in there. There's a big portrait of the Duke hanging on the wall in one of the corridors, and he looks a bit like me. And there was a group of Spanish tourists doubled over, pointing at me and pointing at the Duke. So naturally I told them to stop off and get out of my castle, but they didn't speak English. So the town we're heading for, Cuenca, is built on top of a rocky cliff. And as you would expect, that being the case, the landscape here is getting more and more rocky and cliffy. And the road's getting a bit more twisty. On the hill there, 3 kilometres. Oh, well, we've arrived. Hotel Plaza in Cuenca. Oh, been given instructions on how to get inside, so let's hope I can work that out.
Oh, well, we're in. The place seems very nice. And there's a cafe next door that does evening meals and breakfast. So I'm well set up here in Cuenca. I'll get myself sorted out here. And then I'm going to wander into town and have a look around. Hilly place. It's making me puff a bit. A lot of steps to go up. Oh. So this is the footbridge across the gorge, the Puente San Pedro. I've got that right? Puente San Pablo. Puente de San Pablo. Not good for your vertigo up here. Handrails look a little bit flimsy. But this is what Cuenca is famous for. These buildings built on top of the cliffs in the gorge. It's quite stunning, really. Well, Cuenca is certainly an interesting place. Built up here on this rocky outcrop. Another World Heritage Site bites the dust. Tick that one off the list. Heading back to my hotel now, for the simple reason that I forgot to bring any money with me on this little excursion. So, although there are some nice cafes and bars here, can't buy myself anything to eat. So back to the hotel to pick up my wallet, and then I'll nip out to find some food somewhere near the hotel.
Okay, good morning from here in Cuenca, northern Spain. I've not got too far to go, about 4 or 5 hours of riding. I'm going to Zaragoza, which I'm not expecting really to do very much there. It's just an overnight stop before I then carry on into Andorra the next day. Managed to go out yesterday and find myself some tapas for dinner, and then this morning my coffee and waffles for breakfast. Had a quick chat to Magdalena on the reception desk at my hotel there. We were conversing with Google Translate, but her name translates as Cupcake. So, nice chat to Cupcake this morning. Anyway, we're heading out of Cuenca now, and we're ignoring the motorways, looking for some twisty roads up in the hills here. Sounds good to me. Ruta Turistica, it says, is what we want. This is a lovely ride this morning. Spain's got so much of this kind of landscape. Mountains and trees and twisty roads. It's a huge country. And away from the coast, there's just lots and lots of this kind of thing. This is fun, this is fun, this is fun, don't look down. Ah. Twisty mountain roads, that's what we like. So Garmin, being adventurous, has brought me onto an unpaved road. 6 kilometres of it apparently. We can do that, Tigger. See them on the camera, running through the trees. Drop a road ahead. Well, that's not been too stressful, has it, Tigger? It's a gravel track, but a fairly smooth one. I can cope with those. What an amazing route. Absolutely stunning. No other traffic apart from the deer. Road's not bad in terms of road surface. Absolutely amazing. Beautiful place. Here we are at the pass, the Puerto El Portillo. It says 1,775 meters. So this is almost as high as, where was I? At 1,800 meters. Oh, that's when I was up in the Dades Gorge. That's the height I got to there. What a great place. Now, one of the things vexing me just at the moment is fuel. Apparently the nearest fuel station is 30 kilometres and I've got 46 kilometres in the range. That's okay. I'm going to be going downhill, so hopefully I'll get more than 46 kilometres. And hopefully we can find the fuel station in 30. Okay, we've got a lovely Garmin magical mystery tour going on. Really? That's what Garmin says, that's where we go. Spanish hill town we're approaching. Ore Vela del Tremedal. Bit of luck, there's a filling station here for petrol. Yes, there is. So we've arrived with 25 kilometres still in the tank. I hope they're open.
Well, I thought this place was closed because there's nobody here and the door's locked, but it turns out it's a self-service system. The machine that looks like a cash point is actually where you pay for your fuel. So a couple of friendly locals have helped me with that. It does have instructions in English, thankfully, and so that's Tigger topped up, ready for the next 400 kilometres.
playtime over. We're coming on to the autostrada now. They call them autostradas in Spain. Autovia. Big dual carriageway. It's got a few miles to do on here to get me to my destination. This is the outskirts of Zaragoza. Just a big industrial city. There's nothing really exciting for me to see here. Today's really been all about the ride rather than the destination. Hotel painted on the road. Oh, this works for me. Short parking space is ideal for a motorcycle. Here we go, 3:10. Hotel doesn't open till 4, but that's okay. Cafe's open. So I'll go and get a coffee.
So we've arrived at the Hotel El Cisne here in Zaragoza, and here's Tigger parked here. I've given him a little bit of a clean, not much, but I felt it was necessary. As I said, riding along today is really all about the ride rather than the destination. We're next to a busy motorway here. It's a kind of business hotel, but it really was quite a ride. Had a bit of everything in it. There was a bit of gravel road. There were a few deer, and then a bit of motorway as well. So I'm just here for one night. This is my last night in Spain. That means that tomorrow I'm heading further north to get into Andorra. There's a restaurant and cafe attached to the hotel, so I don't even have to go out and find anywhere to eat tonight. I can just go downstairs and job done. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, click like, click subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.